we can get away with, as black people. We feel like we can get away with all types of crimes, and I don't even have to go down the list. And I'm not even a supporter of the legal system, like, you know, like I believe in their laws and that you should follow all their laws. So I'm not. This is not what I'm talking about in that sense. But in the sense that we believe that we can get away with any crime when it comes to black people. We can get away with robbing each other. We can get away with killing each other. We can get away with raping each other. We can get away with burglary, home invasion, car theft. I mean, the list goes on. We do this shit because we believe we can actually get away with it. But when it comes to justice for ourselves, we don't believe we can get away with that. We don't believe that we can get away with ensuring justice. People who claim they are Christians, that they are Maotic, that they are Muslims, that they are Hebrew Israelites, that there are so many denominations of religions where they believe in righteousness and justice, but they don't believe that they can get away with justice. They believe they can get away with anything else, fornication, adultery. They can get away with any damn thing. They can cheat on their wife. I can get away with it. I know how to erase the numbers on my damn phone. You know what I'm saying? You can get away with everything, but you don't believe that you can get away with justice. Because if you thought you can get away with justice, you would do what the brother said at the beginning of this show. You would put your goddamn phone down and you would intervene. And you would help in any situation where you saw our people being abused or being oppressed or being mistreated. You would intervene. You would get involved in that situation. But you know why you don't get involved in that situation? Because you don't believe that you can get away. You don't believe you can get away with it. The one thing that you should believe that you can get away with of all things is justice. That's the one thing that you don't believe you can get away with. But you can get away with revenge. You know, if you want to take your baby daddy to child support, you can get away with that. I know I'm gonna win. You follow? When it comes to us going against each other, we're clear we're gonna be able to get away with it. But when it comes to justice for us, our biggest fear is that we won't get away with it. The penalty, the consequences of being about justice is not even worth it. The consequences that come up in our minds. What consequences are there to justice, though? Is justice the most important thing? Like, if justice means what is right, if justice means what is right, then we should be willing, because we believe in what is right to such a capacity, to not even worry about the consequences of what is right. And believe that we can get away with whatever needs to be done in order to make sure that what is right is instituted. So if I see a black woman getting beat down by the police, I shouldn't be looking at that like I can help her. But no, I ain't going to be able to get away with it. So no, I can't. I'm stuck. I can't help her because I'm not going to get away with that. But we get away with terrorism on Halloween. You feel me? We get away with all types of shit that we get. And I don't even just have to go down the list of types of shit that black people constantly get away with. I mean, that's 80% of the murders that happen in Chicago, Illinois are unsolved mysteries. So we're getting away with some stuff. And the people that do it believe that they're going to get away with it. But when it comes to justice, there's no way we can get away with it when it comes to ensuring justice for our people. So I ask people this. Believe that you can get away with what is just. Because to get away with what is just is called freedom. When you can get away with justice for blacks, that's the definition of freedom. Freedom is getting away with justice. That's it. That's a simple-ass definition for freedom in 2018, getting away with justice, getting away with what's right for black people. Because in reality, under the Jim Crow, you ain't supposed to get away with justice. You're not supposed to get away with being free. You're not supposed to get away with what's right for you. You're not supposed to get away with being independent. You're not supposed to get away with being a nation. You're not supposed to get away with being a free human being. You're not supposed to get away with that. That's the definition of slavery today. Not supposed to be able to get away with what is divine for you. So now we have to start perceiving that we can get away with justice. And most of these situations will be solved overnight. Because that means we don't believe in them to that capacity where they could stop us from doing everything in our power to ensure justice for ourselves and our people. So I want everybody listening to this call, you can get away with what's right for your people. If you don't believe in that, you believe in what your enemy believes in, and you work for him against yourself. You work for him mentally. You work for him against yourself because you believe that you can't get away with it, so you self-policed in your oppression. You self-policed in the misery, you know what I'm saying, in the enslavement. You're self-policed in injustice by not believing that you can get away with justice. So if I see them doing somebody wrong, the first thought in my mind is, let me get away with justice. Because I can't allow that to happen and go on. So any of us could be in a situation where some things, you know, we can fall back. We know the person ain't going to get too hurt, that they're going to survive this situation. You know, it's a judgment call of the individual. But if you see somebody getting beat goddamn to death, you can't say that I'm a radical and I'm some type of terrorist because I'm telling you that you can't allow this person to be beat to death, to be murdered and killed in front of you, and you do nothing about it. If you think I'm a terrorist or some type of radical for saying that, something like that, then so be it. Get Guantanamo Bay ready for me. But that's not impossible for you to walk up on a situation where you see somebody is being treated in the most unjust way that you can imagine, and that it behooves you that the humanity in you acts out in a way with the knowledge and knowing and confidence that you can get away with that as you have got away with all the other bullshit that you have done against your own race. See that dude in the Waffle House, when he stopped the shooter that came up in the Waffle House to try to kill everybody in the Waffle House, that white lunatic ran up in there with the gun. It was a black guy that took the weapon from him. He felt like he could get away with that. He felt like, no, I'm not going to die today. I'm not going to make it easy for you to kill me. I'm not going to make it easy for you to do what is wrong. Why should we let it be easy for anybody to do what is wrong, whether they're wearing a badge or not, because they got a police uniform on or not? Are they allowed? How is the universe gave them some unique or specific position or place to be able to get away with what is unjust? That's our conscious. That's where we are co-signing our own slavery. We're not doing it consciously. I'm not blaming us or attacking us. I'm just saying that that's something that we must grow out of and develop out of, that we can get away with justice. We won't have nationalism till we believe that we can get away with justice. It won't be when we have our own garden, when we have our own land, when we have a lot of black businesses, when we have a lot of black money, when we have a big, a large community, or when all black people unify. We won't have true nationalism until we believe that we can get away with justice. Because if you can't get away with justice, if you don't believe you can get away with manifesting justice, then you don't even deserve it. You haven't even earned it. You've done nothing to earn it.